Hellborn is actually going to rotate around to deal with that, because they can't afford to lose that tower at this point. As we see in the middle, Defiler getting caught by Zephyr's ult and Glacius, and despite that bear rattle, she's just going to go down. She was just way pushed forward there. I'm not sure what she was thinking. Her teammates couldn't really do anything to help her. Kronos was even bottom, and Swiftblade was top, so I'm not really sure what she was thinking there, and she gets picked off by the Legion team. As we see Glacius actually coming in, he wants a kill on Plague Rider here. There's the Ice Imprisonment and the ultimate from Glacius. Plague Rider ultimate's gonna get a few good bounces in, devastating those heroes is along with the creep wave, but again, there was no backup there. Dimension Shaman couldn't really do much, and Soul Stealer again just solo pushing that bottom lane. Is not good news at all for the Hellborn team. Now up to 323 gold per minute. He has 116 creep kills, and that's just what we were talking about before, is that his devastating ability to farm makes him so incredibly dangerous.
All the Legion have stacked up in the middle there, trying to take down this tower. I mean, we are up to that one tower kill now on, sorry, the second tower kill. There's the top tier towers in both side lanes for Hellborn are down, so it does look like Legion is trying to advance a little bit more. They do have a gold advantage of a measly 200, but as long as they can keep pushing these, the advantage will slightly tilt towards them.
Yeah, definitely, but things are pretty even, all things considered. 16-15 Herica lead in favor of the Hellborn, and gold is relatively even, and there's 1800 experience difference, so it's pretty even considered 25 minutes into this game. It's still anyone's game to take at this point.
The Hellborn have definitely realized that Soul Stealer has that Assassin's Shroud, and if you look at Plague Rider, he actually has 2 packs of dust on him, so they really don't want to get caught off guard by the Soul Stealer ever again.
And we see an Abyss rune picked up on Swiftblade, so you gotta think that they want to initiate here and take this tower. Defiler, her ult is up, so I wouldn't be surprised if she pops it here for this tower. Swiftblade's just kind of scouting things out around here. At the bottom here. There goes the Defiler ult, and the Kronos ult as well. Swiftblade launches his Swift Flashes onto Glacius. Vindicator ult goes out a little late, unfortunately he was caught, and Defiler is just going to clean up everything as they are now going to turn their attention back to the tower. Zephyr's still in here though. He might want to be careful. There's a lot of lead Hellborn players around. A nice Plague Rider ulti, unfortunately, only bounces twice, and Soul Reaper might be caught here. There's the slow from Plague Rider, and Kronos is going to finish him off. And Defiler's still chasing here, but they're pretty low, and now they're just going to all fall back to base, it looks like. So, 3 kills there for the Hellborn team, and they didn't lose anyone, so that's a great job by them.
Zephyr is actually in hot pursuit of Defiler and Swiftblade. Swiftblade using those Ghost Marchers to get out of there, and now Zephyr finally admits he can't catch them. Looking at Defiler though, he did kind of take that Shaman's Headdress, and he did indeed upgrade it to a Barrier Idol, so that made a great use of that fight there in order for them to get all those kills, putting them at 19-15.
Yeah, for sure, and we do see an Elder Parasite picked up on Kronos, and a Helm of the Black Legion picked up on Zephyr. So both of those carries are getting their farm. Zephyr did not go down in that fight, so that at least is good news for the Legion team, even though we see now a 5,000 experience gap and a 2,800 gold gap between the two teams.
Just looking at Vindicator, he has a Ward of Revelation, so he's probably either going to come out counter-warding, or they've picked up something that's invisible and they don't really want it to be revealed.
And Kronos jumps in the middle here. He's working on Glacius. There goes the Defiler ult. Such a low cooldown on that ultimate. And here comes Solstice. Unfortunately, nobody is around once he manages to get it off, and Swiftblade's still chasing Soul Reaper there. He goes down. 3 players down for the Legion team. Solstice unfortunately not able to land an effective ult, and Zephyr's just going to have to run back to the tower here and hope that he can put up a defense despite Defiler's ult still being up.
Well, with Defiler's ult there, they have to try to make the best use of it. Of course, it did just end as soon as they got to the tower. So, but I mean, they did get 3 kills there, so you can't really say it was too very much wasted there. Zephyr's trying his best here to defend, but I mean, when you're 4-on-1 with a dying tower, it's just no good. Kronos trying to make something of it, actually tower diving now with blue as support, and they will be chased off.
Yeah, and what we're really seeing now is just the fact that there is so much better initiation from this Hellborn team. Kronos just jumping in, even Plague Rider's ultimate, as compared to they have an Assassin Shroud on Solstice, and I know I keep coming back to that, but it's not the best initiation tool. I feel like a portal key would have been much more effective, especially now that they're starting to use Dust and starting to use wards to counter that Assassin Shroud. And once Kronos jumps in and uses his Sphere, there's no chance for Vindicator to get off, as we see Demented Shaman being picked off here by Vindicator and Glacius in the middle lane, so at least that's a good job. But again, there's not really any chance for Vindicator to get off his ult. There's not really any chance for Zephyr to do anything, and if Soulstealer is caught in that bubble, then he can't do anything either. So it's not the best initiation we see from Legion team here, and they're gonna have to work on that somehow.
Swiftblade has actually finished up his Frostburn now, so he is just zooming right along with his extra slowing attacks and his extra movement speed.
Defiler now with a haste rune, just kind of harassing people. Kronos is going to jump in and use his ultimate, actually. He's going to get the kill on Glacius here, popping that Elder Parasite. Vindicator is dropping so quickly, and he goes down as well. And there's a double tap for Kronos, which is never a good sign at all. And you can see he's picked up that halberd, and he's going to be going for a Savage Mace, which is going to be devastating against Zephyr. With that evasion, it's not going to matter. Yeah,
probably not. Savage Mace putting out that extra attack speed and that extra 100 damage on hit. I mean, at his current attack speed, it's just massive. He does jump down into the Legion team, but he doesn't have an ultimate, so I'm not too sure what he wanted to do there. And down goes the Legion tower.
Yeah, and more importantly, that Savage Mace does have that True Strike, which means Zephyr's evasion is not going to do anything. So it's a great pickup against the Zephyr.
Good point, good point. So, looking at the kill board, we're at 24 kills to 16, leading by clan Aric, or Aric. I think it's Aric. Aric Esports. So they are doing a fantastic job putting up against Team Scrim here.
And Solstice has now picked up his post haste, so that will help him with his farm immensely. Although it is it's 30 minutes into the game, and you gotta wonder whether he should be getting more DPS items, whether either a Shield Breaker or a Geometer's Bane, something to that effect. His team is just not able to pick off these heroes fast enough, and with Zephyr going that more tank build, now he's picked up a Shaman's Headdress as well. There's not a lot of DPS coming out. As you see, Soul Stealer in the bottom lane, ulting Defiler. Defiler's going to survive thanks to that barrier idol and is going to retreat to base. So a wasted ultimate there, unfortunately, from Solstice, despite using it while he was standing on top of Defiler, was not able to take her out. So great job there from Defiler, popping that barrier idol and being able to get away.
While that was going on, we had an Invis Glacius actually interrupt the Demented Shaman up in the farm for the top Hellborn forest there, and unfortunately just nothing was able to come out of it. In fact, even some chat came out from Glacius, and I really didn't know what they were talking about until you just filled me in there.
We see Soul Reaper is actually going to go for that Sacrificial Stone, it looks like, picking up a Beast Heart as well as a Ghost Stone, which would be great for him, giving him that mana regen and the extra survivability. Vindicator's still working on his steam boots. Glacius has picked
Yeah,
up his steam
Vindicator